One of the most common issues I hear from homeopaths and students alike is the expression, "I can't find the rubric I'm looking for anywhere in the repertory." This is very common and can quickly lead to frustration when trying to repertorize cases. Today I'm going to show you how you can search all the repertories simply and effectively with ISIS. But let's wind back and start at the beginning. Let's suppose you have a patient who wakes up in the morning and feels overwhelming feelings of sadness as soon as they wake up in the morning. How would you set about finding that rubric? Well, if you know your repertory, you would open your repertory of choice in ISIS, as seen here, click on the Mind chapter to see all the Mind rubrics, and then just start typing. So this is a very simple rubric, sadness in the morning on waking. So you would type in a few letters, sad, M-O-R-N for morning, and just a few letters to get directly to the rubric you're looking for. That's really easy, isn't it? Because I knew where the rubric was and I knew how to find it. But what if you have an expression in the case and you're not sure where it is? Let's say the person has hypertension or high blood pressure. Would that be in the heart chapter of the repertory, the circulation chapter of the repertory, the blood chapter, the generals chapter, the clinical chapter? Which repertory would you use? With ISIS, you can search every repertory very effectively and very easily by just clicking the search icon, typing in a few letters like hyper T for hypertension, pressing search, and ISIS will show you all of the rubrics, as you can see here, from every chapter in every repertory. Just think about that. ISIS has searched every repertory in your system, every chapter and every rubric looking for the word hypertension. Here you can see hypertension in the combined repertory. Here's Bunninghausen, Thematic and complete repertory. And look at all the chapters in which hypertension is mentioned in the complete. If I click on clinical, you can see all the rubrics connected with hypertension or high blood pressure. Another way to look at this as well is to type another expression. Let's say we have a little patient who's very rude, and I just want to draw your attention to a really excellent feature in ISIS, which is called synonyms. By default, ISIS not only looks for the words you type in this case rude, but also alternatives to that word in the repertory. So here you can see highlighted in red all of the other alternative rubrics: impertinence, impolite, insolence, as well as rudeness. And this draws your attention to alternatives you may not even be aware exist in the repertory. I was interested when I looked at this in noting there were certain remedies in some of the other rubrics like impolite and insolence that weren't in rudeness, and ISIS, by doing this, provides you with an ideal environment. You can either just choose the rubric you were looking for, or you can also take and consider other alternative rubrics. A really great feature of ISIS is the cross-reference facility. If you're using the complete repertory, and I'll just return to the hypertension search to show you this, if you're using the complete repertory, you will notice a symbol here, a special symbol, which means cross-reference. So if you were looking at hypertension, you could click on the cross-references and see other rubrics for you to consider that are related to this rubric. So here you can see arteriosclerosis, circulation increased in the arteries, and blood cholesterol increase. Well, high cholesterol is often linked with hypertension, so that's a really useful suggestion. And the really nice thing about ISIS is, having clicked a cross-referenced rubric, you can just click the Find button, single click, and ISIS jumps to the repertory chapter and opens the repertory exactly to that position in the book. So in this situation you were in complete repertory and it jumped to the blood chapter automatically for us. That's a really useful feature you'll use all the time if you add complete repertory to your system. One final thing I'd like to draw your attention to when searching all the repertories is that ISIS has a collection of theme words which you can list here in alphabetical order, and this is where you may not exactly know the rubric you're looking for, but you might know what it's concerned with. So if I just take as a random example the word antagonism and double click it and then search, ISIS will list for you all of the rubrics connected to that theme of antagonism. So you can look, quarrelsome, refuses treatment, rejects everything. You can look at these and decide if any rubric is exactly what you're looking for. So just in summary, if you know what you're looking for in the repertory, that's wonderful. You can just type and go straight to it. If you're not sure, you just type a few letters and ISIS will find every rubric that corresponds from every chapter in every repertory within your ISIS system.